Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Thursday, the 1st of February 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, all those gains in the market yesterday, well, they were lost today, and the bourse ended the day down 1.2% to 7,588 points, with financials leading the way lower. That's on the back of revised interest rate expectations in the US. All 11 sub-indices of the ASX 200 fell today. Among the large caps, Commonwealth Bank and National Australia Bank both fell more than 2%. Westpac was down almost 2%, while ANZ was off 1%. 22 of the top 25 stocks fell, with Telstra, QBE and Cochlear the only improvers. Some of the smaller miners, Emerald Resources, Chalice Mining and Regis Resources, were among the worst performers of the top 200. Best were Craddock Corp and Tabcorp. In corporate news, shares in Nufarm dropped 1%, having earlier in the day slumped 8% after warning of a challenging first half. Lithium and gold miner IGO said it's been served a legal claim by South32, demanding it pay backdated royalties owed to it from mining operations at the Tropicana gold mine in Western Australia. South32 estimates the royalties owed to it are about $122 million. IGO has dismissed the claim and said it will defend it. And wholesaler Metcash went into a trading halt after the Financial Review reported it's in talks to buy Superior Food Group for a speculated $500 million. Story number 2, it's been a big 24 hours on Wall Street, with the chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, scotching expectations of a rate cut next month. He said based on current data, he doesn't think it's likely that interest rates will be cut in March, adding that it's not the Fed's base case. The boss of the world's most important central bank commented that while inflation has eased, it still remains elevated. The consensus view among market watchers is that the Fed will start cutting rates in March, or at least that's what it was. And Powell's comments triggered turmoil in financial markets, with equities tumbling. The tech-heavy Nasdaq and broad-based S&P 500 both fell around 2%. Bond yields also fell because Powell said it will be appropriate to start cutting rates this year, just not next month. Story number 3, the total number of dwellings approved fell nearly 10% in December across the country, according to the Bureau of Statistics. It was all about apartments, with approvals for dwellings outside of houses, i.e. apartments, falling 25%. For the full year, about 160,000 dwellings were approved, whereas the underlying demand is running at about 220,000, according to AMP Chief Economist Shane Oliver. It just demonstrates the undersupply in the market. Story number 4, Afterpay's parent Block will cut 1,000 jobs globally, some of which are likely to be in Australia, as tech companies look to refocus operations. Block bought buy now, pay later provider Afterpay for $39 billion in 2021. It's led by Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey and also has its Cash App payment tool and Square credit card reader. Technology companies, including Google, Amazon, Microsoft and Spotify, have cut staff on the back of a slowing economy and higher interest rates. This week, PayPal said it would cut about 2,500 jobs, or 9% of its global workforce. Block shares are now down about 75% since it bought Afterpay. And story number 5, a live export ship packed with more than 15,000 sheep and cattle, has returned to Western Australia after it was forced to turn back from a voyage to the Middle East and left stranded for days off the coast. The Israeli-owned vessel made the decision to turn back from a journey through the Red Sea due to escalating conflict in the region earlier this month. While the vessel was expected to divert around the southern tip of Africa, which would have added 8 weeks to the journey, the Australian government ordered it back to Western Australia amid animal welfare concerns, according to media reports. After several days moored off the Perth coast, the ship docked in Fremantle and is expected to offload a portion of its sheep before returning to the Middle East via the Cape of Good Hope. That's it for the afternoon report for Thursday, the 1st of February 2024. Michael Thompson and I will be back tomorrow morning with a Friday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.